Hey guys, Viper 6. I had to back up. The bike was in the dip over there and just didn't want to come out. Luckily it's not the cruiser. This guy parked on the road. So for a couple of times, I had some of my subs asking me when they found out I worked for the railroad, what exactly I did for the railroad. Well, I got hired September 12th, 1979. And even though I was good in accounting, there was nothing available. So back then it was you get in and you work your way up. So I started off as junior clerk. Junior clerk, for those who don't know, where I worked was the mail boy. I had to make copies and bring mail and do all that beautiful stuff. That lasted about 4 years, and then some openings came up, and got into the guy that maintains the fleet in our books and in our systems that are reported to the AAR, Association of American Railroads. Like every piece of railway equipment, like freight cars and locomotives, has to be registered in Umler in order for it to be allowed to move. So I did that for a while, and then cuts came, this and that, and I survived a zillion cuts, and then I got into approving car repair bills, which means like when foreign cars, which means cars that freight cars that belong to other railways come on our line. If they go bad order and need repairs, we're obliged by AAR rules to fix them and then invoice them. So you had to know, like, every piece of equipment on that car, bolts, ladders, you name it, wheels, has a job code and a standard to which to repair it by. And I became like the guru of that. So much so that they actually put me on their committee to represent Canadian Pacific at the AAR in Washington. So I traveled there a few times, and we discussed the job codes and the labor codes and this and that, and make changes, and it was all good. And then we invented a system that was like a tablet, where all the repairs and the rule book is embedded in there. The guy just picks the car because it shows up on his track list. This is the car I fixed. These are the parts I changed, and the system automatically bills it. So I did that for quite a long time. I was like the expert and traveled everywhere across Canada and the US at our shops, training our employees on how to use it, how to maximize the revenue on, don't forget to do this if you do that. And after that, I moved on to strategic sourcing, because I'm good at negotiating stuff, so they wanted me there. And what I do is I put contracts in place for services, and I handle derailment cleanups, hiring the crews to go cut up the cars once they're deemed scrap, sell them the steel part, you know, and all the scrap rails, scrap OTM, ATVs, UTVs, like every asset that the railway owns in Canada and the US goes through me when it has to be sold. And I tender it out for competitive bidding, and then award it to the highest bidder. And eventually that caught the attention of the big guys upstairs, because they realized that, wow, asset disposal is generating $40 million a year and getting rid of junk. So that was kind of cool. And we got a turn coming up. This is an okay road. It's just at the end, it ends at a T and onto a highway, and sometimes it takes a while to get through it. I don't want to be a hooligan about it either. gotta love that acceleration. And then you just jump up 2 gears and coast. Yeah, this year it's been a bit of a drought around here. Like, it didn't snow much all winter. I actually got to take the bike out a few times in February. And I froze my ass off. Well, more my hands. So, got these heated grips now. These are actually the Yamaha heated grips. They're a little more expensive than the other ones, but they were plug and play. So, it was easy to install. They give you a new hookup over here. You run the wires to a spot where there's already 2 wires dangling there for you to plug them in. And then once they're plugged in, they show up on your cluster. You just hit the menu here on the back and they'll show up like right there. And then I can select the heat mode I want. That's kind of cool. They have a heated seat for it as well, but I don't think I'll get that. I don't need it. I'm hot stuff enough as it is. Well, at least I think so.